They thought they could contain it. A god of the jungle, reduced to a specimen in a cage. His silence was not submission, but a heavy, simmering patience. The golden eyes watch and...
A different kind of fury. Bred for perfection, stripped of nature. Razar, the...
Every snarl a challenge. Every muscle twitch a prelude to violence. The air itself felt colder around the mutated beast. The guards, a final, frail line of defense. Their fear was palpable, a silent acknowledgement that their rifles were toys.
The ape god remains a statue of menace, but his clenched fists told a story of unbearable restraint.
Then, the moment of recognition. Razar senses its equal, its eternal rival. The tiger stops. A low, metallic shriek, the sound of impatience, of primal rivalry. The fight was inevitable, and the
ape accepts the challenge. Muscle tenses beneath the dark fur, preparing for a confrontation that has...
The sky itself rebels, a sudden, violent shudder, the world around them cracking. This was the catalyst. Razar lashes out, not just against the aircraft, but against its own confinement. The weld gives way, a hairline fracture of light in the overwhelming darkness. Freedom was just a matter of impact. Screams lost to the turbines. The soldiers react, their training a useless defense against the inevitable breakout. Terror takes hold.
A declaration of war. Thulak rises.
The challenge is accepted. One final, devastating blow. The hinge snaps like a twig.
Slow motion reveals the violence. A door ripped from its frame, crashing down in a deafening salute to the beast's liberation. Rifles bark, a futile effort. The tiger's hide is an impenetrable armor. The bullets spark and ricochet, a pathetic shower against the impenetrable mutant.
The counterattack is swift and brutal. Turns a ton of cargo into a deadly... Distractions ignored. The predator knows its true target. With a thunderous sprint, Razar charges the one...
The ape meets the charge with his own raw challenge, gripping the bars, ready to face the full force of the white tiger.
A catastrophic collision. The entire aircraft screamed protest as the two forces of nature meet.
The final restraint shatters. Thulak's fist bursts through the steel, a golden flash.
Razar retaliates instantly, its razor-sharp claws tearing through the inch-thick metal as if it were cardboard. The plane is now being ripped apart from the inside.
The physics of flight are overwhelmed by the combat. The plane becomes a falling coffin, the camera tilting wildly in accidental but catastrophic. A single swipe breaches the hull. Wind scream.
With one final monstrous heave, Thulak rips the bars aside. The king is released into...
No longer separated by steel, the two stand at last. The clash begins. From above, the tiny is a metal arena for a...
Brute force prevails for a moment. Thulak drives the tiger into the wall. The fuselage tears further, a death knell for the aircraft. Terrified perspective. The soldier can only glimpse blurs of white and black, a tempest of teeth, muscle, and claws. The alarms shriek their warning. Useless oxygen masks dangle, ignored by man and beast alike. Survival is all that matters. Outside, a pillar of smoke marks their descent. The battle has claimed its first mechanical victim, and the nosedive is an advantage for Thulak. The shift in gravity throws Razar off balance, a crucial opening. Through the cloud layer, the plane hurtles toward the dark earth. Yet, the fury inside remains absolute, undiminished by their impending doom.
The impact hack zone looms. Below, the ancient jungle awaits, unaware of the two elemental forces.
The roar of a cat captive tasting freedom.
Thulak's cry is one of recognition. He is returning to his kingdom.
The plane strikes. The jungle canopy is no mean match for this. Darkness and the sound of plaintive plunge. Two silhouettes, two...
Dawn breaks over the smoke clears. Iron and steel are effortlessly brushed aside. Thulak rises, battered but unbreakable. He breathes the air of his new domain. The captive is gone.
Elsewhere, the White Phantom pulls itself free. Razar is wounded, a crippling blow to its arrogance.
Hatred overcomes pain. A territorial claim. Thulak's roar is a seismic event, proclaiming his dominance to every...
Humanity emerges, fragile survivors. The sight of Thulak standing tall is their new, terrible reality. A brief moment of recognition. Thulak assesses the small.
The survivors regroup, but they are not alone. The shadow of Razar lingers.
The evidence is undeniable. The enormous footprint, dwarfing the scientist's hand, confirms their new, terrifying place on the field.
Licking its wounds, the tiger's predatory instincts sharpen. Pain is only a temporary distraction from vengeance.
A deep inhale. The scent of its rival, a crimson flag to a bull. The hunt is back on.
A moment of tranquil awe. Thulak explores his new habitat.
They find a destination, the mountains. Their only chance for escape. Thulak moves with the casual grace of a creature in its element, surveying the river, unaware that his every move is being tracked. Above, a blur of white fur. Razar is unmatched in stealth, a deadly shadow moving through the branches. The stalker and the king.
The gap is shrinking. The slow, inevitable convergence of two titans destined for battle. The king senses the eyes upon him. The low growl is a lethal warning, a final chance to retreat.
No retreat. Only the attack. Razar launches itself in a stunning, high-speed assault, meeting the ape in mid-air.
A violent splash marks the beginning of the jungle war, a geyser of chaos.
Razor-sharp talons find their mark, but the ape's thick hide is a natural defense. The wounds are superficial, a furious insult to the king. Thulak retaliates with a show of pure, earth-shattering power. The tiger is slammed into the cliff face, the stone crumbling under the immense force. Miles away, the human survivors hear the booming impacts. The gods are fighting, and their survival depends on steering clear. The tiger is quick, fueled by spite. Its speed is its primary weapon, a constant, dizzying flurry against... Razar is a ghost, circling and probing. Thulak is a mountain, turning slowly, unyielding.
A seismic counter. Thulak slams the earth, a shockwave wary ground beneath them.
Tactical retreat. The wounded tiger acknowledges its limits for now, disappearing into the cover of the jungle. The score is unsettled. Victory claimed. Thulak's roar is a final, defiant sound, the declaration of the king on his throne. A warning taken to heart. The survivors flee, choosing the path away from the titans. The tiger's eyes are everywhere. Even as they struggle through the treacherous swamp, Razar's shadow patrols the perimeter.
The king finds his keep, a massive cave, hidden by the curtain of a waterfall.
Contemplation. Thulak watches the rain, his mind already mapping the boundaries and dangers of his new domain.
Night falls. The jungle awakens with strange, haunting sounds.
Razar rebuilds its strength, feasting on the jungle's new prey. The hunt is a brutal, violent display of power.
A small fire is a beacon in the terrifying dark, but the yellow glow of Razar's eyes
The scientist finds evidence of a unique ecosystem, a world of biological impossibilities, and the
A land of history. Thulak discovers a graveyard of titans, colossal bones of creatures that...
Moment of profound connection. Thulak touches the skull of his ancestors, realizing he has come home to a land built for giants.
The tiger has healed. From a high perch, Razar observes its rival. The temporary truce.
The human journey is arduous. They cling to the cliffs, tiny figures trying to escape the vast jungle where giants roam. Salvation is a colossal waterfall in the distance, the ultimate landmark. Both the survivors and the ape are heading toward the same critical point.
Razar is a strategist. It forgoes a direct route, using the high ridges set at the ambush.
The trap springs closed. Thulak enters the narrow canyon, a natural kill zone where his strength is limited. From above, Razar is the master of the hunt, perched like a white gargoyle, ready to unleash the canyon's fury.
The trigger is pulled. Razar uses the terrain as a weapon, sending a torrent of rock cascading down upon its rival.
King protects himself, massive forearms deflecting the destructive barrage. A moment of stunning defense. Uninjured but infuriated, Thulak is trapped by the rockfall. Razar watches, savoring the small victory of having outwitted the ape. Brute force nullifies the trap. Thulak uses his unbelievable strength to toss aside tons of rock, digging his way out of the earth's grasp. Plan failed. Razar changes tactics, heading for the waterfall, a place of height and water, where the final, decisive battle must take place. The waterfall is a thundering spectacle, a grand backdrop. The survivors spot Razar. The chase is on. Thulak senses the tiger's path. Fury and determination drive him forward. The king has become the hunter. The earth trembles under his speed. The distance closes fast. Thulak is a hurricane, heading for a collision.
The horrifying truth revealed. The scientist finds ancient carvings depicting the ape and the tiger.
The final arena. Razar waits on the sheer precipice, the thundering water a shield and a hazard.
A gaze of pure, focused intent. Thulak arrives below, looking up at the challenging figure of Razar.
No path is too difficult. Thulak begins the vertical climb, massive hands finding purchase on the slick, wet.
The humans find a hidden path, a brief moment of hope, unaware they are heading straight for the impending collision. The tiger snarls, contempt mixed with a flicker of respect for the ape's audacity.
Muscle and will against gravity and water. Thulak's climb is a testament to his unstoppable power.
The ambush. Razar attacks the only vulnerability, the grip. The tiger plunges, claws aimed at sending the ape to his death. A death-defying moment. The two titans hang from the sheer cliff face, their battle now a test of pure, gripping strength.
The final heave. Thulak drags both himself and his rival onto the summit. The battleground is secured. The river rushes around them, the world shrinking to a stage. The final, inevitable conflict is here. From above, the sheer scale. Two figures of immense power, dwarfed by the landscape, yet masters of their moment.
The opening strike. Thulak's power meets Razar's agility, punch, and pounce. The ultimate duel begins.
The humans are silent witnesses. From the safety of the cave, they watch the primal, world-shaking battle unfold before them. The tiger connects, fangs digging deep, but Thulak's strength is overwhelming, flipping the beast onto its... The killing blow is averted. Razar's ferocious hind legs strike, buying it a precious second to escape the crushing weight of the boulder.
The earth itself cannot sustain their fight. The bedrock cracks, destabilizing the entire summit.
The fractures widen. Small stones fall into the abyss, signaling the cataclysm that is about to erupt.
Blind to the danger, their focus is only on each other. The ultimate rivalry demands absolute focus.
The tiger tries for the kill, a disabling bite on the neck, the apex predator's classic move. Thulak struggles wildly to dislodge the clinging threat. A desperate, brutal move. They tumble toward the waterfall's edge, their bodies a blur of power and claws. The mountain gives way. Razar plunges, barely clinging to the falling rock. The king hesitates. A victory won by gravity, not strength, is not a victory at all. The tiger is relentless. Razar uses the cliff as a springboard, launching a desperate, savage counterattack that blindsides the ape.
It is too much. A catastrophic landslide consumes. The human witnesses flee for their lives. The Titans' battle has become an unstoppable natural disaster.
Swept away in a torrent of earth, they continue their struggle. A falling battle, locked in a deadly embrace.
The rubble becomes a dam. The rising water is a new, imminent threat. A deadly, temporary lake forms behind the debris.
Escaping the mountain, they face the rising flood, trapped between the gods and the storm. They rise, battered but unbowed, two figures of defiance. The dam fails. A moment of truce. The true king recognizes the absolute power of nature, temporarily unified. The humans scramble for the high ground. Below, the Titans prepare for the torrent. The deluge hits. Thulak braces, but Razar is caught in the full force of the white water.
The water claims the tiger. Razar is swept away, a small toy tossed by the insane current. Thulak holds on, unshakable.
Thulak stands his ground, a monument of strength against the torrent. He has beaten the mountain and the flood.
The human survivors watch from their perch. They realize Thulak is not just an animal. He is a force, a primal power.
The tiger is gone, swept away by the muddy depths. Thulak remains, the undisputed ruler of the valley.
The water recedes, leaving a landscape of devastation.
He looks to the water. Is the fight truly over? Razar is nowhere to be seen.
The roar is muted, solitary. The king stands alone.
They see the king, not a monster to be captured, but an immutable force that has claimed its realm.
His work is done. Thulak disappears into the screen depths. The survivors find their chance. The king has granted them safe passage. The humans are a tiny speck of ambition on a mountain. Gods.
Life returns. Thulak watches over the recovering jungle, a silent guardian of the world he has conquered.
Sunset paints the sky. The king surveys his land. The cage is a memory. This is his throne.
The rage is replaced by wisdom. The king is at peace. But that peace is an illusion.
The flow has stopped. Far downstream, a massive white paw claws its way from the mud. The white phantom survives. A weak, hateful roar. Razar is alive, its vengeance undiminished. The rivalry is eternal.
The jungle is forever changed. Two titans have claimed their destiny, and their war has just begun.
Flashback. The truth of the escape. A tiny red eye records the inevitable.
The footage reveals the chilling calculation. Razar's escape was not blind fury, but cold, intelligent precision. And Thulak watched. He knew the cage would not hold. He simply waited for the path to be cleared.
The king is a chronicler. In his cave, he recreates the ancient prophecy, the eternal struggle.
Final, chilling detail. He knows the tiger's wound, a testament to his own power. He knows Razar will return.
The scientist knows they were spared. Thulak's mercy is a terrifying new variable in their survival.
The journey out is long and perilous. A tiny raft carrying the sole witnesses to the character in
a final glance. The king's attention returns to the jungle. The humans are inconsequential.
But the rivalry is far from over. In a scarred corner of the island, Razar consumes its prey, the white fur barely visible.
The scars are a badge of honor. Razar's gaze is fixed on the mountain, the calm and the chaos. The king and the vengeful. The inevitable collision is drawing near.
The sky mirrors the conflict. Lightning illuminates Thulak, a defiant monolith against the coming storm.
The tiger is strengthened by the violence. Chaos is Razar's element. The fire is a signal.
The patrol. Thulak moves with serene confidence. He is ready for whatever the night brings. The hunt begins again. Razar's prints lead toward the mountain. There can be only one true king.
He touches the prophecy. The moment of destiny is upon him. The ancient conflict will be resolved.
A distant howl on the wind. The tiger calls. The king answers.
He knew it would come to this. The king is ready to face his rival again.
He walks toward the call. The final confrontation is at hand.
Across the island, the two forces move. Destiny has summoned them to the final battlefield.
Thulak approaches, a mountain on the march. Inevitability is etched into every step.
The white phantom closes the distance, a lethal shadow in the scorched jungle.
The weight of the king. The ground itself shakes.
The silent, lethal step of the hunter.
The king waits on the hilltop. The arena is prepared.
They meet. Thulak and Razar. Primal power versus calculated vengeance.
The reflection of the enemy. The calm before the final storm. Hatred and focus. The reflection of the king. The sky marks the moment. A bolt of lightning strikes the boundary. The final line is drawn. The tiger's answer. A shriek of raw, unbridled fury. They charge. Two opposing forces of nature, running toward their final, destructive embrace. Impact. The world stops. The final battle begins.
Forgotten detail. Flashback reveals a spike in energy. Razar is more than just a tiger.
Mutation activated. The tiger glows, a fierce, amber energy emanating from its core. A hidden power unleashed.
King is stunned. A new element in the ancient war. The tiger is not just strong, it is evolving.
The energized assault. Razar attacks with blinding, impossible speed. The glow is a promise of pain. The king answers the call. Thulak's own golden aura flares, meeting the tiger's glow with an equal.
Primal force meets cold, genetic fury. Two energies clash, the final, ultimate struggle for dominance.
The explosion.
A world-shattering release of energy. The forest is leveled.
Silence. Darkness. The fate of the king and the hunter is left to the jungle.